everyone, and welcome to a slightly different vlog. I am very conscious of the fact that I haven't really been putting up, apart from podcasts, I haven't really been putting up any additional vlogs or anything on my YouTube channel. So I thought I would try something different this month. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and we've got a lot in July. It's school holidays, there's a lot going on, so it seemed a good month to give it a go. But what I thought I would do is do a whole month vlog. So you will get one video, which, well, it will have gone up because you're watching it because it's already gone up. It will have gone up, or it will be going up at the end of July, beginning of August, maybe. And it will feature kind of snippets and little bits throughout the whole month of July. I'm thinking it will be a mix of me sitting and chatting to the camera like I am right now, and also kind of B-roll kind of snippets of other things that we've been getting up to, crafting things. I particularly want to kind of focus on sharing some of the crafting that I'm doing during the month, like when I fit that in and things like that. I might talk a little bit about the books I'm reading and things like that. I don't really know. We will see where it goes. But I'm thinking it will be a little bit of a mix of those kinds of things. Today is Thursday the 4th of July. So it is the school holidays. This is the first week of the school holidays. I did mean to kind of sit down and start doing this earlier this week and actually start it right at the beginning of July. But it's been a really busy week. I had all the clubs to get out. I was a little bit late getting them out because I missed a day of work last week because I had to pick Arthur up early from school. He was fine. He just overheated and wasn't feeling very well because he'd overheated, but he was fine by the time I picked him up, and he came home and had a cold drink and a calm down, and yeah, he was absolutely fine. But that kind of slowed me down a little bit and meant I missed a day of work. One of the perils actually of being at the studio now is that if I do have sick children or things like that, then it's not as easy. Whereas before, like if one of the kids was off school, as long as they weren't like significantly ill and needed me there 24/7, they would be happy like watching TV while I was able to get a few bits and pieces done. Whereas obviously that's kind of not really true now. There may be occasions where they can come to the studio. I guess it just depends what's wrong with them, really. But I don't know. It didn't work last week. It's fine. So yeah, I had the clubs to get out, which was overly complicated for some reason this month. I then also had all the Wind in the Willow pre-orders to get out, and just a lot. I was juggling a lot. But I'm at the point now where that's all done. So yeah, things are calming down. Today is my last day at work, my last day at the studio until the 15th of July, I think, because we are heading to Cornwall for a week. We're heading down on Saturday and we're coming back the weekend after. It takes us 2 days to get there. So we're travelling down Saturday afternoon, Sunday, stopping at a Premier Inn on the way down, and we'll be doing the same on the way back the weekend after. But yeah, we're going to go and spend a week. We're staying with my parents, visiting Tom's parents, and we'll be in Cornwall. I will share some snippets and stuff like that. Patreon people, my wonderful Patreons, you might see a little bit of overlap in that because you are getting a full kind of vlog of Cornwall. So you may see a little bit of an overlap with a few of the little snippets, but your vlog will be more detailed and I will share more of Cornwall and stuff like that. And then I'm back at work for a week. Back at work for kind of 2 weeks, juggling a little bit. We've got the kids in holiday club a couple of days a week. Tom's working from home a fair bit, but I'm trying to take a day off with the kids each week. And that will be mostly focusing on clubs. I've got a new collection that I need to get dyed up, and I need to get a few bits and pieces sorted for the sci-fi convention I'm vending at in August. And then we are then off, the last weekend of July, we are off up to Aviemore with our next door neighbours. Because we did it last year and it was so much fun. We're staying in the eco pods, and we are going to go and do some activities up near Aviemore. Yeah, it's also my birthday weekend as well. And yeah, there's bits going on, and I thought I would just try and share snippets. So this vlog will be one of those ones that I don't quite know what it's going to look like until I've actually finished recording it all and sat down to edit. So it will be an interesting one to kind of put together, but I'm quite looking forward to it. I like the idea of having like a few lots of, you'll get, I don't know, bits where I sit and chat to you, tell you about what we're doing, what we've been doing, share progress on stuff and things like that. But also little kind of B-roll bits set to music where you get to see, I don't know, snippets of us out and about, snippets of me working on things, the cats. I don't know really, whatever I've recorded. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I suspect it will be quite a long vlog, so you'll probably look at it as it's come up and it's maybe an hour and a half or something like that. It may not be. I don't know. Again, it all depends. I do know I have a tendency once I get in front of the camera to just keep chatting, which could potentially make it a bit of a long vlog. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am at a strange point today because, as I said, it's my last day at the studio and I've kind of finished everything. I have done a full dye of the Advent colours. Colour 1 to 24, I've done a batch of each, and today, well, I did that a couple of weeks ago, but then I had a little look at them this week and pulled out the ones that I wanted to add a little bit more to or change and maybe put a few more speckles in, colours that were maybe looking a little bit too similar, and things like that. So today, that's one of the things that I've done is I've had, I think 9 of those Advent colours have gone back in again. And they've been added to or over dyed, or I've just adjusted the recipes slightly. So I should, in theory, have a full 24 days recipes sorted for the Advent calendar, which is quite exciting. And what else did I do today? Oh, I sent out all of the invoices for the Advent calendar payment plans. That always takes a while because I wish there was like an automated way to do it where I could just click everyone and be like, yep, all these people need it. But I don't. I have to go into all of the individual things and duplicate orders and send all the emails individually. So it took a fair while, but that's done. And now I'm kind of just stuck at the studio because I am waiting for Parcel Force to deliver a box, well, four boxes from Chester Wool of yarn, which is all of the Advent yarn, as well as a few other bits and pieces that I need for various things in the next few weeks. And they're not going to be delivering until between 3:30 and 4:30. It's currently, oh, I don't know what time it is because that's a timer. It's nearly 2:30. So I've got maybe 2 hours left sat here at the studio. I am sat and doing a bit of crochet. I thought I would sit and work on some of my green lambkin squares. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for now. I need to get the yarn out the oven for the Advents and get them soaking. I might do that in a minute. And I need to do a bit of a tidy up because obviously I'm going to be going away. So I want to make sure my recycling's out, my bins are out because I'm not going to be here for a week. So I just want to make sure the studio is all neat and tidy for then. But yeah, the next things I guess you're probably going to be seeing, I don't really know. I've got a day off with the kids tomorrow, as I said. I think we're going to go down into the ferry. The Lifeboat House has a Lego exhibition, like a charity thing to raise money. They've got a Lego exhibition going on down there. Arthur wants some new clothes. So we're just going to pop to Asda. He needs some new hoodies and stuff because he's growing out of them. So we're going to go and do that. So it's a bit of a bitty day, but yeah, we'll take you down to the ferry with us because I think we're going to go and have ice cream on the seafront and share some of the Lego and things like that. And then it'll be heading off to Cornwall. So yeah, I will see you later in the month.
In the morning, when you walk away, my heart drops to the floor. They said it would get easier, but I don't know who for. Days move faster now, I swear. I can feel them slip away. But some things last forever. The love that never fades. free. But you kept every word you said, and you stayed true to me. We lean into the great beyond. There's more love yet to make. 'Cause some things last forever, but love it never fades.
Look what I finished. Actually, I don't know if I can get it to show all of you. There we go, just about. I finished it. I'm actually really happy with the fit. The neckline is actually narrower, I think, than my last one, which I'm not mad about. I haven't blocked it yet, obviously. I've not even woven the ends in yet, as you can see, but I'm really happy with it. I think it will work okay with dungarees because it kind of just sits on my hip. Well, where are my hip bones? It sits a little bit above my hip bones. But yeah, it needs a good block at some point. But yeah, another big finished item for, well, for July, I guess this one is, but I finished my Vertices Unite as well. I will show that at some point this month. Again, that needs blocking. I haven't blocked that either, and I haven't blocked this. We're going away tomorrow, so then neither of them are going to get blocked. But I just weighed it. 300 grams of yarn out. I'm really happy with it. I thought I might as well show you my Vertices Unite as well. Because yes, I did get that one finished too. There we go. I'm really pleased with it. I did the purple I-cord border. This has had the ends woven in, but I haven't actually blocked it yet. But yeah, I did the purple for the I-cord border, which I'm really pleased with how that worked. I think that looks nice all the way around. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Again, I think this was, I can't remember, about another 300 grams, something like that. So yeah, two reasonably large projects off the needles, which is amazing. Yeah, I have caked up yarn for a new project. I will share that at some point.
So we made it to Cornwall safe and sound. Journey was absolutely great, no problems at all. We are now ensconced in my parents' house. It is Monday morning and everyone else is still asleep. It's about, I don't know, 7:15, something like that. I just woke up early, so I thought I would get up and come and have a bit of peace and quiet downstairs. But I finished a book while we were on the journey down. I thought I would share with you, and I've also started another one which I thought I would share. So I finished Bride by Ali Hazelwood, this one here. I picked it up at the library, as you can tell. And you know what? It pleasantly surprised me. I was expecting it to be kind of a light, fluffy romance. It's kind of a vampire, werewolf kind of romancy kind of idea. I was expecting it to be quite a light, fluffy romance that I'd maybe rate kind of 3 stars at the end. That was what I was kind of expecting. But it pleasantly surprised me. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4.5 stars, I think. There was a lot more going on. There was a lot more plot than I was expecting. There was a lot more to be kind of interested in. The romance was quite slow burn. There was a bit of miscommunication, that kind of miscommunication kind of trope, which did not annoy me, but like things were obvious. Like you could tell quite early on that the miscommunication had happened, and yeah, it was that kind of thing. So it was kind of predictable, I would say. But I don't think it was predictable in a way that ruined the book for me, if that makes sense, in any way. It was more just like, I kind of knew what was going on. I kind of knew what was happening. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away. But I kind of knew what was going on. I kind of knew what was happening, but I was invested in following along to see how it untwisted. Does that make sense? But yeah, pleasantly surprised. I tried Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, which is like it's a romance but with scientists, I think. And I DNF'd it because I just didn't really like the characters and I got really bored and I wasn't that invested. So I wasn't 100% sure when I picked this up. But I picked it up for a book club that I join in with. And because I'd picked it up from the library, I wasn't too worried because it didn't cost me anything. So it was kind of low stakes. If I didn't like it, it didn't matter. I hadn't purchased it, whatever. But yeah, pleasantly surprised. I would actually recommend it. And then I have picked up, which you may recognise because... Oh, actually, no, you may not, because it was a Patreon vlog, and this isn't a Patreon vlog, is it? I picked up a copy of In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. I picked this up when we were on the Isle of Mull from the little Toblerone bookshop, and in fact, I think I've still got the bookmark, Toblerone Tackle and Books. It was the best little bookshop. It was such a great bookshop, and I picked up a copy of this. This is a romance. It's a queer romance set in World War One. So there's lots going on. The characters are fighting in World War One as soldiers. They're kind of 18, 19. They both signed up underage. They are boarding school boys. And it's brilliant. Like I started it Saturday evening. I think I'd read one chapter before we got to the hotel on Saturday evening, something like that. It's now Monday morning and I'm already halfway through it. I am devouring it. It is brilliant. It is, it's nearly made me cry in a couple of places, but somehow, despite the fact that it's talking about like horrific stuff to do with the war, horrific, like young people dying in horrific ways, it somehow also manages to approach some of those things a little bit light-hearted. I don't even really know how to explain it. But yeah, I really don't know how to explain it. And the romance element is like, it's kind of what you'd expect. It's 1914. It's 1914. We start in kind of 1914, but we get flashes back to like 1912, 1913, stuff like that. I think I'm currently in about 1915. And it's kind of what you'd expect, you know, with these two boys that have fallen in love with each other, but aren't really comfortable telling each other that they've fallen in love because they know that at this time it wouldn't be accepted, even in the midst of everything that's going on. Like they could be court-martialed, they could be thrown in prison, they could be, you know, all kinds of stuff. And it's really, 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 really good. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really tell you too much about how it turns out, but just from being halfway through, I am absolutely loving it.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back, honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that
I am back from Cornwall and back in the studio, back to work. I'm in two minds about how I feel about it. I enjoyed having a week off. It was lovely having that break. I'm quite excited. I've got lots of ideas. I've got lots of new stuff to do in the next few weeks, which I will share with you. But at the same time, it was just nice having a break, and I kind of want more break. Can I just have a prolonged holiday? That would be lovely. Anyway, I'm back in the studio. I am dyeing up new colours for my sock set and minis updates. I'm doing 4 this year with different kind of genre themes. So we had a romance themed sets in February. We had fantasy themed sets in April. We've got sci-fi kind of themed sets in whatever month it is now, July. And then we're going to do a horror themed sets in October, I think, is the plan. But yeah, back in the studio. I have just unpacked. I just ordered a whole load of blocking mats. Well, kids foam play mats from Amazon, because I never have enough. And I've realised a really good spot in the studio where I can store them and where I can block here as well, which will be really good. So I just ordered those. I also ordered some new knit blockers, but I just got cheap ones off Amazon. These aren't the Knit Pro ones. I have a set of the Knit Pro ones, which are brilliant, but I just needed a few more, so I got these ones. They look very similar. They are just pins, the same as the Knit Pro ones, so we will see how they do. And yeah, I'm hoping to get my shawl blocked and my jumper blocked. Maybe both of them today. I don't know if I've got enough floor room without tripping over everything. I might have to do them one at a time. But if I do the shawl today, then when I come back in on Thursday, I should have time to do the jumper. I'm out at the studio Monday, Tuesday today. Tom's working from home. Wednesday, I have a day off with the kids. Jasper has got a doctor's appointment. He's got a little lump in his head and a couple down his neck. I'm pretty sure they're just inflamed lymph nodes because he had slapped face syndrome a number of weeks ago, and that was kind of when they came up, or when we noticed them. But it says on like the NHS website and stuff that they should go down within a week, and if they haven't, we should see the GP. And it has now been about 4 or 5 weeks, something like that, I think. And they're still there. So yeah, we've got a GP's appointment to take him to tomorrow, and then I'm having a day off with the kids. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we will see. And then Thursday, Friday, the kids are in holiday club, so I've got long days at the studio, and I'm hoping to just kind of get a push on everything for the sci-fi convention. So lots of new colourways coming from that. I'm hoping to get a push on all the colours for the shop update, and yeah, just trying to get lots and lots done, because we have a really, really, really busy January. So I just need to get on with things, really. We have one Vertices Unite all pinned out to block. Took up more room than I expected, so I'm going to have to step over it as I come in and out of the door. I can't show you the yarn on the errors because I've got some Advent yarn on there as well as some club yarn on there, but this is the room where I dry most of my yarn, so it's really, really toasty in here because I've got 2 electric errors on, so that should block quite well. I will show you. I'll just have to remember to flick to black and white. But yeah, as you can see, this is the room where I store all my undyed yarn, and I have my 2 heated airers which are on to dry yarn, and it makes the room quite toasty as well. So hopefully this should block quite well in here. I'm a bit cramped in here at the moment because those 3 boxes are all Advent yarn. I have sorted it now. I have sorted all the Advent yarn. I've taken everything else out and that's on the shelf. And all of that is just Advent yarn. And there's a basket ready for Thursday's dyeing as well. But yeah, 1 Vertices Unite blocking. I shall let this block. I'll leave this here till I get back to the studio on Thursday. It will definitely be dry by then. I don't leave the heated areas on while I'm not here, obviously. But I do have a little dehumidifier. And that will run while I'm not here because that turns itself off when the room gets to a certain humidity or when the water thing's full or whatever. So I'm more comfortable leaving that on. But then when I come back on Thursday, I can block my So Faded sweater. That won't take up as much room, hopefully.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm lining up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm buried beneath the sand. There's no way to speak or reach out my hand. Watching the paper slowly unfold. Bracing for news that I can't bear to hold. While I'm singing this song to myself, I sing this softly to myself. Tore up my jeans on the fence. This iron road I cannot.
Tom has taken the boys swimming this morning. It's Sunday, by the way. Sunday the 21st of July, something like that, I think. Tom has taken the boys swimming, and I am attempting to have a bit of a whip sort out. It needed doing, and I promised it as a Patreon vlog this month as well. So yeah, that is what I am attempting. I also have my Patreon knit and natter at 11 today, so I'm looking forward to that. I need to choose a project. I need to choose a project to work on for the knit and natter. But yeah, I thought I would just give you a quick shot of what I'm dealing with in terms of sorting out whips. Some of these I suspect are actually projects that have got put, like yarn and stuff that has got put in project bags ready for a pattern or ready for a project that hasn't been started. A couple of them might even be projects that have been frogged and I've left the yarn in a bag for the yarn to become something else. And yeah, but it does look a little bit overwhelming at the moment, and I'm sure I don't have this many projects. Quite a few of them are blankets, so that's kind of separate because they're long term anyway. But yeah, it needs a bit of sorting out. I need to have a think about what I want to do with any of the projects and things like that. So here we have it, the mountain of project bags. Yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. As I said, I suspect some of these will be not projects. But yeah, I need to have a sort through it. I will probably talk about it more on the podcast when I actually get a chance to sit down. I'm hoping to sit down and record a podcast on Wednesday afternoon. And I will probably talk about any projects that I've dug out that I'll probably sort of go through the ones that I've frogged. Maybe I'll take photos of the ones that I'm going to frog, and then we can put photos up rather than me having to kind of go through everything in detail, and talk about it more on the podcast. Because, as I said, I'm doing a Patreon vlog of the process of going through all of these whips. So I'm not going to go through them all here today, but on the podcast, I will talk about what decisions were made with different ones and stuff like that, I think that's the plan. But yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming. This is my what's in the basket, my basket for what's in the basket. So this isn't too bad because I kind of know what's in there. there's a couple of big blankets. My mild mayhem blanket, has been getting a bit of work recently. And my rainbow minis blanket from the Rainbow Club for this year as well. And in the bottom of the basket is my Cozy Memories blanket, which is kind of still in the process of having the I-cord border put on. So that's not too bad. And there's a mix of things here. Some of it, I mean, this is all cross stitch. This one is a finished object and yarn because I was intending to cast on something else. So again, that's not actually a project. And we'll see. There's a lot of bags here.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Damn girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? If only I could build a tower, pierce right through the clouds. Saxophones at every hour. Who hasn't heard of me now? Then will I have had enough of trying to keep myself real tough? Will I ever settle down, steady even when it gets loud?
Good morning. It is warm today, hence I actually have skin on show for once. It is Wednesday today, Wednesday the 24th, I think. Yes, Wednesday the 24th of July. I'm about to go to the hairdresser's. I've got a midday appointment today, which is a bit of a pain because it's a day that the kids are at the holiday club. So I felt like I had a whole day of like a big long day of work, but I've got a midday appointment. But I've had time to come into the studio this morning. I've set up for a podcast because I'm having my hair done. So why not make the most of having nice hair and record a podcast afterwards? And I have got some skeining done. I'm trying to get the clubs skeined. I'm feeling a little bit behind with that, but I'm getting there. There's a lot of skeining to do at the moment because I've been dyeing up, what have I been dyeing up? Stuff for Friday's shop update. Have I got time to show you that quickly before I need to go? Yeah, just about. So we're doing the kind of sock set mini bundle kind of shop update. I'm doing 4 of those this year, each with different themes. I'm sure you've kind of picked up on that. I've mentioned it elsewhere, I'm sure. But this month is a kind of sci-fi theme. So we've got the Galaxy minis, which are these ones. We have got the bouquet minis, which I've not quite come up with a name for these, for the bouquet minis yet. But that is these ones. We've gone a bit brighter this time. And then we've got some sock sets. So we've got this one here, which I haven't quite got a name for. It's kind of robot inspired, android inspired. I'm tempted to call it Electric Sheep. I'm not sure. From the kind of, oh my God, who wrote it? I can't remember who wrote it. The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, which is like the same person who wrote AI, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, or is it the film AI was based off that book? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So that is that one. You'll have found the names because this won't be going up until the beginning of August and this shop update will have happened. So you'll know what the names are by now. But that is that one. Then we've got a New Horizon, which is this one here. It's really, really pretty. And then we've also got First Contact, which is that one there, First Contact. There we go. So yeah, I've been working on that. So that's involved a lot of dyeing and a lot of scaling. I've also, all the clubs are dyed. The minis will be dry by the end of today, but they are still drying. And I'm working on scaling up the Discworld 100 gram, well, the Discworld bigger skeins. And I've also started dyeing up some Advents. All of day one is dyed. I've got a full one batch of all 24 colours. And then I've also dyed all of day one, and I've started on day two. But a lot of that hasn't been skeined. It's by my feet. A lot of that hasn't been skeined yet. And I'm also working on the stuff I'm taking for the sci-fi convention. And I've been starting to dye some of that up. So again, lots and lots and lots of skeining. So I feel like I'm a little bit behind with the club skeining. But hopefully by the end of today, I should have all of the Discworld skeined up. Tomorrow's a bit of a funny day. I think I mentioned earlier in the month that Jasper had a doctor's appointment because of his lymph nodes on his neck. And yeah, we went to the doctor's appointment. The doctor was brilliant. He has got a raised lymph node up here. He's got a raised lymph node on either side of the neck. And she also checked the rest of him. And he's also got raised lymph nodes in his groin as well. It's been like it's been 6 weeks now, 6 weeks today. But at the time of the doctor's appointment, it had been 5 weeks, which she said is a long time for them to be raised. You shouldn't really be, especially considering he hasn't really been ill. He had slapped cheek, but the only symptoms he really got from that was the red cheeks and then a rash around his upper arm. He wasn't poorly with it. So it's a bit unusual. So she wanted to send him for some tests. So tomorrow we're going up to the hospital for an ultrasound on his lymph nodes, and we're waiting for a blood test appointment to come through as well. So that's right in the middle of the day. And of course, tomorrow is a holiday club day. So I've got to pick him up. The appointment's at 12. I'm going to pick him up from holiday club at 11. Take him to the appointment. I know, an hour. It's 20 minutes away. The hospital is 20 minutes away, but parking is an absolute nightmare. And I've taken Arthur to appointments before and ended up being late just because I couldn't park. So I want to leave myself loads and loads of time to park, because not only have I got to park, I've then got to find the right department in the hospital. And Ninewells is a massive hospital. Plenty of time for that. So it's going to be a good couple of hours at least interrupted in the middle of the day. The doctor didn't seem concerned. She said it's likely just his immune system being over efficient. And that's why those lymph nodes are still up. But because it's been so long, it's worth just ruling things out and making sure that everything's okay. I'm a little bit anxious, obviously, but hopefully everything will come back fine, and it will just be his body being over efficient. We will see. But yeah, so that interrupts tomorrow as well. And then Friday I am off with the kids, and then we're away at the weekend. I am going to record a podcast when I get back. I will have very different hair when I get back. I am having some colour added to my hair. I am having some coloured highlights added, some like bright colours added. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm slightly nervous about it too, but I am excited about it. So we will see. We will see how it goes. And when you next see me, I will have coloured hair. Exciting. I am back from the hairdressers. I'm actually back from the hairdressers and have recorded a podcast and done a few other things, but this is the first time I've set my camera up. So I have got colour, but it's underneath. Can you see? It's a little bit subtler than I was expecting, but she kind of said that the more we do it and the more we put the colour on, it will get brighter and things like that. But I have got, I did it underneath. This is what I wanted. I wanted it underneath because then it'll be low. Did I talk about this earlier? It'll be lower maintenance because it will grow out more easily and it will grow out more sensibly without me having to kind of worry too much about it. And also because it still remains quite subtle until I put up half my hair. But we have got the pinks and greens have definitely come out the best. There is some blue in there as well, but it didn't quite come out as well on my hair. And then we've got kind of purples and there's some more greens somewhere. I I'm really happy with it. I love those pinks and greens. They've definitely worked really nicely. I like the idea that if I want to show it off, I can do like a half up, half down hairstyle like that, and I can have the more colour showing. If I want it to be more subtle, I can just wear my hair down and you can't see it as much. But also, it will be interesting to see how it looks when I've got my hair tied up, because I do have my hair tied up a lot, as you know. So we'll see. So yeah, I have coloured hair, and I'm really pleased with it. I really like how it is. This little bit of pink here is really bright. So yeah, coloured hair. And I've recorded a podcast, so I need to edit that now. That's my next challenge. I'm also wearing, because I podcasted, I have got my So Faded sweater on. It's all blocked, and I'm really, really happy with that. So yeah, oh, let me share something with you because I've just spotted it. Can I share this with you? This was June's colourway and it's now July. Yes, I can share this with you. And this won't be going up until the beginning of August. I saved myself 5 skeins of DK from the June Discworld colour. This is the Death colourway. Lots of kind of purples and turquoises, and there's some black and dark blues in there as well. I did have 5, I've just dropped one because I'm going to make myself a jumper out of this. I'm thinking a Whitmore cardigan, but yeah, I saved myself 5 of those, and they're living on my little, well, You're on a shelving unit. It used to be Gem's, of the little grey girl. She brought it up one year to use for Glasgow, and then it never went home again, and it now lives in my studio. So yeah, I have some of that sitting on this shelf ready to get caked up at some point. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking a Whitmore cardigan. I think that'll be nice. And that's a DK pattern, and I want more cardigans because I want stuff that I can wear like over dungarees or over dresses, but can take on and off more easily. Especially when I'm dyeing at the studio, because the dye room gets quite hot, but this room stays quite cold. So if I'm wearing a jumper, I go into the dye studio and I get really, really, really hot. And then I come back in here and sit down and have taken my jumper off, or yeah, I can't balance my temperatures in here properly. Right, I need to get on with some work. I had planned to have loads of nice little clips filmed today and to update you on some knitting progress and share some projects that I've been working on and all of that kind of stuff. And then today just got away from me. We are going away tomorrow. We are off to Aviemore for the weekend with our next door neighbours. We're leaving early tomorrow morning. So we have been sorting stuff out today, laundry, packing, that kind of stuff. I've had a day off with the boys. And a friend came round who is going to be coming and feeding the cats for us while we're away. So yeah, it's been a bit of a busy day. I had to go and pick up a food shop as well and all of that kind of stuff. Lots and lots of kind of jobs and bits and pieces and things like that. So it's been a bit of a busy day. I only remembered at about, what is it now? It is now, I don't know, because my watch is on a timer instead of what I think it is. It's now 6:30, 20 to 7. I only remembered at about 5:30 that I had a shop update tonight. Fortunately, I've done all the listings. The listings are all ready to go. I need to just tweak my website so that they come up on the front page, but I need to do that kind of at 7:30. But I haven't social media'd everything. I had this whole plan that I was going to social media on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and I have forgotten. I social media'd once on Wednesday, I social media'd once on Thursday, but I still have 3 more things to share. So it's going to be a flurry of sudden social media posts just before the shop update. But oh well, I did get a newsletter sent out, so at least there's that. And I also got a podcast up online with where I shared them, so that's fine. Instagram is not always the best place to get things seen when you want them seen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, when you're just like, oh no, I've suddenly got all these other things that I need to do. I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. There is a lot going on, and this is the start of kind of the most chaotic kind of 3 weeks that we've got. Because yeah, we're away this weekend, get back Monday night, we leave on Friday to go to the wedding. We get back from that on the Monday night, and then we leave on the Wednesday afternoon for Worldcon, for the sci-fi convention. So this is the start of kind of chaos, really. But yeah, I just thought I would check in. I will share a project that I've been working on a little bit because I keep talking about it, and you'll have seen it on the podcast because I managed to get a podcast up. But I mentioned that I'd cast on a new project right at the beginning of this vlog, I think, while we were in Cornwall possibly, and I haven't actually shared it with you. So I'm going to grab it and I will share that with you quickly now. And then I will get lots and lots of videos and snippets while we're in Aviemore. We're going to the Highland Wildlife Park tomorrow. We're going to Landmark, which is like an adventure park kind of thing, on the Sunday, because Sunday is my birthday, by the way. So yeah, Sunday is my birthday, and we will be at Landmark for my birthday. And then I don't know what we're doing on Monday, but I will try and get some video and bits and pieces like that while we're away, and share a little bit of Aviemore with you as well. So this is the project that I cast on at the beginning of this month. So I am doing the All About That brioche wrap by Lisa Haynes, I want to say. I keep getting it wrong. Yes, Lisa Haynes, which looks like, let's see if I can get this in. There we go. So this is what it looks like. This is obviously black and white. But you use kind of 2 contrasting colours, and I think you can just about tell from that picture. The kind of top part of the shawl, which is what I'm on at the moment, this bit here, so I'm doing that in the lighter colour, is all in one colour. And then you have the brioche sections, and the top part of the brioche section uses the dark colour as the foreground, and then the bottom half uses the light colour as the foreground, and then you finish off the shawl with the darker colour. Yeah. So this is where I am at. I haven't counted the number of stitches I've got on the needles. Yeah, I need to get to a certain number of stitches before I do the brioche. And I haven't counted that yet, but you can see it is really pretty. It's a really subtle colourway. The yarn, as I said on the podcast, is Long Dog yarns in the Battle for Helm's Deep and the White Wizard. And yeah, I am really enjoying it. I'm getting into it more now that the rows are getting a little bit longer. I actually did a little bit earlier while I was reading. And yeah, really, really, really enjoying it. I am reading Caraval at the moment, which I'm really enjoying. I'm getting into, actually. I shall flip you around so you can see me. Yeah, I'm reading Caraval. I hadn't intended to. But a book club that I am part of is reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by the same author, Stephanie Garber, next month. And when I had a little look about it, I discovered that the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy is set in the same world as Caraval. But the Caraval trilogy, or the Legend trilogy, I don't know what you call it, that trilogy, it kind of comes before. And the completionist in me, it was like, you need to read these 3 first before you read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. So yeah, I've randomly started that now, but oh well. I was talking books earlier in the month, wasn't I? I can't remember what book. I had just started In Memoriam, which was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I would recommend it. Quite harrowing in places, definitely. Lots of death and violence and, yeah, World War One in the trenches. Yeah, but it was brilliant and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then, what did I read after that? Powerful. Was it Powerful? Yeah, it's called Powerful, which was like the side story in the Powerless trilogy, which I enjoyed.
It was fun. I'm enjoying the world. I'm enjoying the story. I'm listening to Reckless, which is the second book in the main kind of trilogy for that. It's by Lauren, I want to say Lauren Roberts. Hopefully I've got that right. It's YA kind of fantasy kind of thing. Hunger Games with magic is what I kind of think of it. And yeah, I'm giving them 3 stars. Like, I'm enjoying them, but they're not great literature. But I'm enjoying them. They're good fun. I'm glad I've gone back to audiobook for Reckless, because the audiobook is really well done. It's done with 2 voice actors, so you get you get a chapter from kind of the male main character and a chapter from the female main character, and they alternate. So the voice actors, you have a male voice actor and a female voice actor, so they alternate with the chapters as well, and it's done very well. So yeah, I'm enjoying that, and I'm trying to think whether there was anything else, any other books I was going to mention. I don't think so. I think that's it. But yeah, I'm enjoying Caraval. It's interesting. It's like I don't even know how to describe it yet. Kind of magical world kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, I need to stop talking about books and knitting and go and help Tom sort dinner out and finish packing, and then I will see you in Aviemore.
Fragile space in a single sail, white rocky island, you and I on the trail, just us and the waves, no need to behave in the harbor of pine straw beds, tangerine tears, t-shirts laid out like our grief throughout the years. We say it all with bait on our lines. We rise and we fall along with the tide in the harbor of healing, all the cedarwood hope, like a smoke in the air.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harry. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Of healing, feeling all the feeling.
Hello. We are back from Aviemore, and I have actually had a full work day today. I think I've shared I might be sharing a few snippets. I don't know. I dyed up all of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy yarn today, so that was really good. I also got all of the clubs packed and ready to go to the post office first thing tomorrow. Although annoyingly, I left them at the studio instead of putting them in the boot of my car, which is fine. The studio and the post office are literally like 2 minutes apart. It's not far at all, although there's too many packages for me to walk from the studio to the post office. But it does mean that I'm going to have to drive to the studio and then to the post office and then back to the studio with the packages rather than just going straight to the post office. But oh well, it's not a big issue. It's just a little frustrating. But yeah, that's all done. I have all of 3 full work days between now and Worldcon, which is the sci-fi convention that I'm vending at. So yeah, things are getting a little bit stressful, but the clubs are out of the way now, so that is perfect. I've got a little bit of dyeing to do tomorrow. I want to dye up some more of the midsummer. Did I call them midsummer fade kits? I can't remember what I called them. The fade kits that were used in the big glittering snowscape shawl by Stephen West that I've got as a sample. I've only got 3 of the kits left, and I wanted to dye up a few more to take to Worldcon, just in case. If they don't sell there, they'll come to Glasgow with me, so that's fine. So yeah, I wanted to dye those up, and that's about it. And I'm also going to dye a bit of Advent yarn tomorrow, just to fill up the oven, basically. But most of it's going to be skeining and things like that. I'm talking work. I didn't mean to sit down and talk work. I meant to sit down and tell you about our weekend. You will have seen some snippets because I definitely got some video footage and stuff recorded over the weekend. But we went to Aviemore with our next door neighbours. And Saturday we spent the day at the Highland Wildlife Park, which is brilliant. It's a wildlife park that has a really big focus on kind of conservation, and they have a lot of breeding programs as well, because they've got the space up there in the Highlands. They've got massive enclosures for the animals. They've got lots of space. So yeah, they have breeding programs. So there's a polar bear and a cub, which I think you will have seen a little bit of the polar bear footage. The cub, to be honest, I think he's 3. So he's very much at the age where he'll be leaving mum very soon. You saw a little footage of the male tiger. There was also a female tiger and 2 cubs. Again, they were about 2. So they were at the age where they're going to be leaving mum soon. You couldn't get close to them because in a very good way, from the zoo in terms of animal care and stuff like that, the zookeepers and stuff had recognised that mum was getting a bit frustrated and wasn't enjoying having people coming up and being regular and being close to her and stuff like that. So they've actually put mum and the cubs in a different enclosure away from the public. You can just kind of see them up in the background, but you can't get close enough to kind of see them properly. But I think that's really good that they've prioritised the animals' health and the animals' happiness over the, what am I trying to say? Over the visitors coming to see them. But yeah, really, really, really good. And then Friday night, we had planned, we had planned to have a barbecue. We lit the barbecues. It tipped it down with rain. They went out and we gave up and went and got fish and chips. But fortunately, the little pods that we were staying in, I think I did a little pod tour. The pods that we're staying in have a little fridge in them. So we were able to keep all of the food and everything fresh. And we had the barbecue. We managed to pick up 2 spare barbecues on Saturday. And we had the barbecues on Sunday night and the weather was perfect for that. Sunday we spent at a place called Landmark, which is like a forest adventure place. It has lots of amusements and attractions and stuff for the kids. They had a really, really, really great day. It was quite funny because Arthur's new teacher was there because Arthur's new teacher this year has a little boy who is in the same year as Jasper and is friends with Jasper and Zoe next door as well. So we invited them to come along for the day out, and they joined us for the day out. But Arthur found it very, very funny that he got to spend the day with his teacher before she became his teacher in a couple of weeks' time. So that was quite sweet. I've got an interesting navigation this year of knowing Arthur's teacher on a personal level rather than just knowing her as his teacher. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to navigate, I think. I'm sure it'll all be fine, but my brain is like, I'm going to have to think about that. And then Monday we went up to the Cairngorm Mountain. The kids did the tubing. Well, the kids and the dads did the tubing experience up there. We went for a little walk. We had some lunch and then we headed home. But yeah, Sunday was my birthday. So as you will have seen the cake and the candles getting blown out, hopefully I didn't get very good footage of that, but you will have seen a bit. Sunday was my birthday. Yeah, do you know what? I went to a kids' amusement park, but I had so much fun that day. It was a really, really good day out. But I thought I'd share a few of my presents with you. I'm going to have to work out how to do this. I might actually flip the camera around and share them that way, because I have only got my phone with me at the moment and I haven't got a tripod or anything that I can set it up on. So yeah, do you like this? The kids got me this for Mother's Day. My little octopus. It's one of those ones that you can turn inside out and on the other side it's got a grumpy face. Anyway, it lives on the bedpost. So yeah, I'm going to flip the camera around so I can show you a little bit more easily the things that I got for my birthday that I want to share with you. So first off, Tom got me this little tote bag. It's from a local Dundee small business called Yola Studios. We actually spotted them at Pride, and I think Tom picked up a card and then ordered from them for my birthday. But yeah, it's really cute. I love it. Keep being weird. Definitely. Weird is always the way. He also got me a lovely yarn bowl. I've never had a ceramic yarn bowl before, mostly because I have had small children and I've not trusted them with it and things like that. But it's beautiful, isn't it? And Arthur made me a bookmark out of loom bands. It is from... It's stone? Thrown in Stone. There we go. Beautiful, absolutely my colours, and I'm excited to find a nice spot for that. There are a few things in the bag as well. I'm going to get them out first. So here are the other little bits that I wanted to share. My mum and dad have a habit of... tradition's probably a better word, of doing hand-painted birthday cards, and they usually pick a theme every year, something different. And we went and saw the puffins at the seal sanctuary, Greek seal sanctuary, earlier in the summer, not long ago. Were you there? Was it in July? Would you have seen you came with me, didn't you? It was in July. You will have seen the puffins. We saw the puffins. So they did a puffin birthday card, which is very, very cute. And then the boys each picked something to get me. So Jasper, this is what Jasper got me. He's decorated the box. So he got me some sweets from Letterbox Sweets. Which I'm very excited about. I do love a sweet. Like, sweets are my thing. I love sweets. So that is that. Arthur picked me some earrings from a small business. He actually got me 2 pairs. It's from, what's it from? The Mountain and Me. He got me, they're lovely wooden earrings. He got me some rubber duckies, which are super cute. And the other ones are dinosaurs. Let me see if I can get them out, actually. I've already put them away, which is why they're not there. Let me see if I can find one of the dinosaurs in with all my other jewellery. Here we go. Excuse the state of my fingers. There are also little dinosaurs as well with the other ones he got me. As you can see, they're wooden. They're really nice to wear, actually, because they're really, really light. We have a joke in our household. From when Arthur was a toddler, which was really, really funny. When Arthur was a toddler, I asked him what he wanted to get Daddy for his birthday, or... No, that's it. I'm trying to remember how it all came about, actually. It was when it was my birthday, and it seemed like he was about to tell me. He could only have been about 3. It seemed like he was about to tell me. I'll flip you round for story time. It seemed like he was about to tell me what I was actually getting for my birthday. All the presents were wrapped up. Everything was ready. He was about to give them to me. And he suddenly said, "Oh, Mummy, for your birthday, I got you." And we all went, No, you can't tell us. And he went, No, for your birthday, I got you. And then he just smiled and he went, "I got you
some sellotape, some scissors, and a rubber ducky. And of course, that wasn't what he'd got us. So it's become a long-running joke in our household ever since that whenever we ask, what somebody's getting for your birthday or what you want for what somebody's got you or anything like that, you're always getting them a rubber ducky, some scissors, and some sellotape. So rubber ducky earrings were very, very apt. Anyway, stop getting distracted by stories. The final thing I got is a book from Tom, You Can't Spell Treason Without T, by Rebecca Thorne. I've wanted this for ages, and I asked Tom if I could get it for my birthday, expecting to get just a normal hardback edition because that's what I was expecting. But he got me one of the Waterstones special editions, so it's got lovely sprayed edges with dragons and teacups, and it's also a signed edition, so it's got a signature in it as well, signed by the author, which is extra special. I'm excited to start this one. This is actually one of our Patreon book club picks for July and August, so I'm definitely hoping to read this as soon as possible. Right, well, it is about 10 to 4 on the 31st of July, so I guess I better wrap this vlog up, really. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing this vlog throughout July. I'll admit, editing it has been a bit of a pain, especially around other vlogs for my Patreon and things like that at the same time, but I think I've managed it. I think it's going to come out all right. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think. I'm hoping to keep this going. That's my thought. I'm going to try and do August as well, and we'll see how it goes and whether this can become a monthly thing with me just kind of chatting in little bits of snippets. And I hope that the more I do it, the better balance I'll find between kind of just sitting and chatting, but also taking kind of bits, vlogs, taking footage and stuff of crafting content and things like that. I feel like there wasn't a lot of crafting content in this particular vlog, but then that's because I haven't really picked up a lot of my knitting or crochet and stuff, particularly in the second half of the month, because we've just been so busy. But the kids go back to school in a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping that August will see me kind of reach for more and I'll be able to share more crafting content and things like that. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see in these monthly vlogs, let me know, and if it's something we're doing or if it's something I can fit in, then I definitely will. I was going to give you a quick update on Jasper's hospital appointment because I know I mentioned that we had it, but I haven't really said anything since then. We haven't had all the results back yet. We should get the results of everything hopefully by the end of this week, they said. So I'm just kind of waiting on that. But he was an absolute trooper. He was amazing. He didn't even flinch when they did the blood test. The hospital, we had it at the children's department at the hospital. And they had a big Where's Wally mural on the wall, and they got him distracted looking for all the things in the mural, like a jellyfish actually made out of jelly and a catfish that was actually a cat, and like all of this kind of stuff. So he didn't even really notice the actual blood test happening. So he was an absolute star. He was also super brave for his ultrasound because that was quite a lot, because bless him, he had to have all the spots, all the areas of his body that have the lymph nodes ultrasounded. But although we haven't had the official results of the ultrasound, the doctor who did it did say that he wasn't seeing anything alarming or anything of concern
as he did it, basically. So yeah, we just need to wait on the results of the blood test, and hopefully it will be, as we said, just his immune system being a bit over efficient, and we'll find out what the next steps are, if any. But so far, it all seems good. But yeah, I thought I'd just update you a little bit on that. Yeah, I guess that's it really for July. Thank you to everyone that has watched. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, let me know down in the comments if you like the format. Let me know down in the comments if you've got any ideas for things to kind of include in this type of vlog, any things you'd like to see more of. Yeah, let me know. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye.